Hey guys, in previous video we'll had a look at while loop, and in this video we'll have a look at do while loop and how it is different from a while loop in PHP. So we will look at do while loop, and this were code which we have written in previous video, but I will delete it and we can go back to our browser, refresh, so we have nothing, and we start fresh from do while loop. So the difference in while loop, which we had a look at in previous video, and in do while loop is that code will run or will get executed anyway once, where in while loop, as you remember, code got executed only if the condition here in between these brackets, when we have written while loop syntax, as you remember, while we wrote and we had this syntax like this, okay? And while loop got executed, this code of block got executed only when this condition returned true. But in do while loop, while goes at the end of the loop, it doesn't start with while. So this means that block of code, which is this one, it will start at the end. So let's delete this and let's write do at the beginning. So this is how do while loop works. At first it says, or we have this keyword do, then we have block of code, and at the end, after this block of code, we write while, and we'll use semicolon to close this off. And like you see here, by logic we say do whatever is in this block of code, and then check while loop. This pretty much means that we have the same do while loop, only code will run once, and then it will run only so many times as many times this while loop, these brackets, will return true. We will have a look at this now and how it is working. So let's create variable x, for example, at the end, and let's give it a value of 3, okay? And then we will say, for example, let's echo out on the screen this variable x, okay? And now we are echoing out on the screen this x. And here in while loop we need to specify some conditions, so we have control over this loop, how many times this loop will run. If we will not specify any condition, it will be infinito loop and it will run pretty much forever, or your computer might crash because it will get overloaded. So you always give in loops, in any loop, some condition, so it has somewhere where it can stop, okay? And here we will use this variable x, and we say to run this loop while this is less than 5. So while x is less than 5, so loops and any conditions run so much until this will return true, okay? When this will return true, so at the first time you will see that 3, which is x, is less than 3, this is true, okay? And loop runs again, and as you know, loop runs from top to bottom, and then it checks condition again, then it runs this block of code, then it checks condition again. So in all loops pretty much it checks condition and then it runs block of code if that condition returns true. If this brackets or this condition will return false, this block of code in any loop, or in this particular while loop, this block of code will not run anymore. So what is happening here? To control this loop, to increase this x, okay, we need to simply specify again, we will use increment operator, variable x plus plus, okay? We will increase this x by 1 every time this loop runs. So at first it will say do, and it will echo on the screen this x, which is 3, okay? Then it will increment by 1 and it will check if 4 is less than 5. And 4 is less than 5, so this means that it will run this loop again, and it will increase this, and it will display on the screen 4, okay? At first it will display 3, then it will display 4, and then it will increase this 4 to 5, and 5 is not less than 5. Because, guys, 5 is not less than 5, 5 is the same as 5. So this will not return true anymore. And whatever will be after this while loop, if we have any code here at the bottom, it will run after. and this loop won't run anymore. So this means that first time it will return 3 on the screen, and second time it will return 4 on the screen. So we can use break tag. Let's concatenate break tag to this, so every number gets returned in new line. Okay, simple PR or HTML break tag. So let's save now, let's go back to our browser, refresh, and we see 3 and 4 is displayed on the screen. So now as you see, even if we will specify this to 5, for example, sorry guys, even if we will say that this is 5 straight away, we will echo 5 on the screen, because like I said, this block of code will run anyway before checking this condition. So let's save this, let's go back, let's refresh, and you see 5 gets displayed on the screen, even if 5 is not less than 5, and this returns true, this returns false. Like I said, with do while loop, we run this code, whatever is in this code block, anyway one time before checking the condition, if it's true or if it's false, or this loop needs to be run more. Because here what is happening, basically we are saying x is 5, where we are displaying x on the screen, which is 5, and we are displaying it on the screen, and then we are incrementing x by 1 when x becomes 6 and 6 is not less than 5. So this block of code will not run at all, because it's already returning false. This condition in these brackets return false. So whatever, if we have any more code after here, it will be executed on the screen. Yes guys, this is pretty much how do while loop works, and in next video we'll have a look how for loop works. And it is this is basically the collection of all loops together. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe, and see you in next video.